Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special...
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's the veteran Jamal Williams. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for Williams a week ago, pretty good as he found himself. In the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The pass there complete to Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. They'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They'll drop to throw. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Shreds the tackle. And Judy's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he'll get this down inside the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. That is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Patterson's kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And what a performance he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 5. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. (3-0) after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they've got it and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now back to throw.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll look to throw again.
Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
2nd and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Montrell Washington.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
The throw over the middle taken in. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Out of the gun now on third down.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Now a play fake here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 33 yards that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 17 yards out.
And the 49ers have got it back to within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They go play action here on first down.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And Denver getting set to take the field.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second and 9 now. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
And the Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Buying time to his left, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. From a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A gain there of 21 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught by Jackson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Niners are able to extend their lead.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
begin the drive with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards that time. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up from the 21. Here's the 2nd down and 6.
Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Jackson.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Again, Jackson.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there.
His 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Denver's offense now set to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Now a throw here to his running back. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now a dump off here complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now a throw here hauled in. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. 8th play in the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the 49ers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Down the right sideline. He may go.
Touchdown 49ers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Good footwork at the 30. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2nd and 6.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet a...
He's got a man, complete.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Niners, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit